Good evening and welcome to the 52nd Annual Recognition Awards Dinner for the Half Moon Bay Coastside Chamber of Commerce and Visitors Bureau. I'm Rich Gordon. I serve in the California State Assembly and have the honor and privilege of representing Half Moon Bay and the South Coast in the State Assembly. If you look at the program for tonight, I will tell you, if we waited to do the program until after dinner, I'd get you home at midnight. So please keep eating while we keep running through the program. And that way we'll all get home at a reasonable hour tonight. I want to, at this point, turn it over to my good friend, who is the CEO of the Chamber. She has been at the helm of this Chamber for 19 years and has done an incredible and outstanding job. Please welcome Cherise McHugh.
Thank you, Rich. Yes, my very good friend. We had the honor of being in this very room for his wedding a few years ago. And he started representing us in 1997. Has done a phenomenal job through the supervisors and now in the assembly. Always knows exactly what it is, the heartbeat of the Coastside, which is really, truly incredible. I'd like to introduce a few people tonight. You can hold your applause till the end, please. I know that never works, but we can ask. Jerry Hill from the California State Assembly. Another good friend. And Rich Gordon, obviously, from the California Assembly. Don Horsley, Supervisor of San Mateo, our supervisor. Marina Frazier, Mayor of Half Moon Bay. Bonnie Denham, former Mayor of Half Moon Bay. Alan Alifano, former Mayor of Half Moon Bay. John Muller, Council Member and former Mayor. Deborah Reddick is on a plane, so she will be here later, but Council and former Mayor. And Deborah Penrose, City Council. Brian Perkins, aide to Congresswoman Jackie Spear, another person who's been around a long time. Mario Rendon is aide to Assemblyman Kevin Mullen. Sabrina Brennan, our new chair of our Harbor Commission, San Mateo County Harbor Commission, and Nicole David. Scott Grundy, our Harbor Master and acting General Manager. Catherine Slater Carter with the Montero Water and Sanitary District. Magda Gonzalez, who is our City Manager of Half Moon Bay, and I want to especially congratulate her. Yesterday she won the Ethic Hero Award from the International City and County Managers Association. That's a big deal. John Draper with San Mateo County Harbor District, and Dante Hall, our Community Director of the City of Half Moon Bay. Hopefully I did not miss anyone. If I did, it was not intentional, and we apologize. It's my pleasure to introduce our major sponsor for this event tonight, Chris Porter with Recology, who's going to say a few words. You're welcome. Pretty job.
Thank you very much. Recology is very honored to be the primary sponsor of the festivities tonight, and unfortunately this dinner is the same night as the Pacifica dinner, and I'm being sworn in as the president-elect in Pacifica, so we'll be leaving about 7:15 to get sworn in down there. Just like to say Recology is all about recycling and the environment. We currently service Pacifica through Miramar. We have a 76% diversion record, so we're able to work with our customers to make sure that the environment is what we in this room want it to be. I've been the general manager of this company for 30 years, and I live on the Coastside. My husband's family was one of the founding families of Half Moon Bay, the Gabrielis. So, we're happy to be involved with the Chamber, and we hope that you all have a very nice evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. So I do want to recognize, first of all, Rich Gordon as our MC, and Chris Porter and Recology of the Coast, and all of our sponsors, Evan Boyd with Allied Waste, Kelly Davis with the Graphic Works, Mike Allen and Courtney Alifano with Alifano Technologies, Nancy and Keith Nearhan, our hosts for this evening with the Oceana Hotel and Spa. I'm especially interested in the spa part. Tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock I have a massage. The City of Half Moon Bay, Danny Padilla of Aztec Gardens, Home Helpers, Peggy and Mitch Milne, Kevin O'Brien with Weller O'Brien Insurance Services, and Ginger Minnelletti with Bay World Travel. I want to give a special thank you to Pacifica Coast Television for filming us tonight, and you can go to their website and see when it is being aired. I called the other day and I wrote it down, and I wrote it down on my other copy of my speech. So, but it's going to be aired twice, and then it'll be available on the website. And Barbara Masick for her photography. Hopefully you've seen some of her work, and if not, check out her website because she's absolutely incredible. I also would like to introduce the Chamber staff, Melissa Robinson. If you would all stand as I call your name, please. They hate this part. Administrative Assistant, Cindy Lopez, Office Manager, Amy Broom, our Sales Manager, Roy Truitt, our Corporate Sales, Carla Martinez-Weinberger, Membership Sales, Georgia Yerby is not with us tonight, but Susan Shapira and Martha Drendell are weekend staff. Without them, we would not be here tonight, I can guarantee that. So the Chamber is your connection to so many areas that can make your business successful, and the Chamber is the connection between your business and the community in many instances. We hope that you will take advantage of that every time that you can. Tonight, I'm just going to give you an overall of the top 10 things that the Chamber sort of stood out in our mind that we've done over the past year. The first is using economic development money with a partnership with the City of Half Moon Bay. We have developed a comprehensive signage program for downtown. Some of them are up, some of them are coming. They will help direct you into town. If you come in at the south or northern end, they will tell you that don't stop yet. I know you don't see stores, but if you keep going, you will. And we'll have some monument signage, and some of that will be maybe a couple of years down the road, but monument signage on the north side and the south side will be coming soon. This last year, it's been hot, and we're hot. And I'm talking about the weather. The weather on the coast side has been warmer than normal. We all know that. We all know that we need rain, and we want rain desperately. But for the last year, the coast has benefited hugely by the incredible weather. And the tourists have come out in record numbers. I'd like to share with you a few of those statistics. In 2008, our occupancy rate, that is butts in the beds, folks, at the hotels, was 47%. And in 2013, it was raised to 66%. And the first half of 2014, we were at 78%. I haven't calculated the second half yet, and I know that that is a lot higher, so yoo-hoo! We hosted about 3,800,000 visitors to the coast over the last year. 250 116,372 of them spent the night in one of our hotels. And 84% of the visitors that come to our website are first-time viewers. You need to think about that. 84% are first-time viewers. So they're visiting here and they're looking at all of your businesses, etc. So make sure you go on and enhance your website. You can put photos, you can do anything you want. You call Melissa and she'll walk you through how to do it. It's very, very cool. Also, the Chamber, using ED money, happily hired a consultant for our midweek corporate sales, Roy, who has brought in over 1.2 million in potential sales to date. And he started, what, July, I think? August. Oh, February. Oh, that's right, he did, February. He brings a wealth of experience to the Chamber. He has managed hotels all over the United States, Marriott's and Hilton's. He also was instrumental in forming the Santa Clara BID, and he serves on that board. So we are very, very lucky to have him. He has numerous contacts in Silicon Valley, and he's teaching them that they need to come here for their midweek corporate events. He also put together an absolutely gorgeous brochure along with Kelly Davis and staff. There's only 2 of these on each table because we frankly want to keep them for corporate events that are coming. But look through it. It's impressive, and it's impressive for meeting planners that are planning their meetings. The Chamber also put on a Husk to Harvest dinner, farm-to-table dinner, and a Healthy Kids Fair with help from the city of Half Moon Bay, and these were very well received. We thank Kelly Chamberlain and Julie Shankman very, very much for all of their hard work in getting it out in social media. And we have a new event planned for the summer that will run for 5 months. It will be Passeggiata, and that is an Italian term for after dinner or after you eat, you take a stroll and you meet your neighbors and you meet people along the street, and that's what we want to do, not just on Main Street, but all over the coast. And you'll learn more about that later, but that will be May through September, and it will be from the harbor on down. Well, actually, it'll be from La Costanera on down to, I guess the southern would be Ritz-Carlton for restaurants. Our key program, our Coastside Emergency Action Program, I'm happy to announce we are now known with the state of California as Trailblazers, because we're the ones that put together that the Chamber is the missing link, showing OES where to get what they need in the event of a disaster. And we are now sharing that with other counties, and we have a resource list. You have to make these connections beforehand. You can't wait until the earthquake happens. And we're very proud of how far we have come. And another thing that was really well received this year was our business roundtables that are held on Fridays at It's Italia, not every month, but just about every month. We did Cover California, the Main Street Bridge updates, general plan updates, the new library project, the Bi-Coastal Rewards Program, renovations and transformations of MacDutra Plaza, Main Street map design, which will be printed in the next week or so, and also we did a meet and greet with our new city manager and discussed city ballot measures. This is a new Main Street map that will be out in about a couple of weeks. The Chamber is also proud of our pioneering, along with Julia O'Daly and Judy Macias. It's called Village of the Coastside, and those of you who want to age on the coast, I call it sort of a senior chamber of commerce where you will be able to have vetted repairmen come into your home, or maybe volunteer deliver foods, or maybe take you for a doctor appointment. And this is so that you can comfortably age in your own home on the coast and still have even mixers and things like that to attend. So we're involved in helping with that, and I think that's something that some of us, sooner than others, are going to be excited about. We also did a number of ribbon cuttings this year. Odyssey, Via Uno, Sprocket, Seville, Whaletail, Keller Williams, Mid-Peninsula Healthcare, Quest Diagnostics, Goldworks, Coastside Trail, and the Boys and Girls Club Teen Center. Way to go. Keep those new businesses coming. And the Chamber and Rotary is proud, Rotary and Chamber at the high school. We are now teaching in all 3 high schools. We had taught at Half Moon Bay High School once a year and Pescadero. Now we teach at Pilarcitos High School as well, and we bring them resume writing, finance, social media, HR, and interviewing skills. It's a very, very rewarding program. If you want to be one of the interviewers for these young kids, the first interview they've ever had, and teach them how it's done, please make sure you contact me. I'll put you on the list. It is a lot of fun. And lastly, we've been extremely involved in education this year. This past year, we gave away $6,600 to teachers and $2,100 worth of supplies at our supplies party at our Network at Night in February. We gave $5,000 in scholarship to graduating seniors, and we also funded laptops and new 3D printer for our STEM robotics program. This year, the supplies party, if some of you have never gone, it will be at Mavericks Event Center on February 26th. It starts at 5 o'clock. We encourage you to band with other people and bring a crisp $100 bill that you will actually hand directly to a teacher, and they will shop in a separate area and pick up supplies and take bags of supplies back to their schools. It's awesome, and it's a tearjerker, let me tell you. So one of the things I love most about my job is that it is ever-changing, and the challenges that come along year after year, whereby the Chamber can really make a difference. That spirit is reflected in our Chamber board, who encourages the staff to support the community in so many ways, with knowledgeable guidance and decision-making. And having a staff that is truly the best in the business, that's the best part of my job. And they are not only my partners, but they are my friends, and we make a team that I value their opinions tremendously. It's a lot of fun to go to work every day. And Kelly Chamberlain should also be introduced as our hotel BID PR person, who does a phenomenal job. So speaking of the supplies party, we get the supplies because Hassett Hardware partners with us, and they give us 50% off of their cost. So, Peggy Milne and Pat Foster and I think Martha Drendell are going to be passing something around. Please give generously. This is the money that we will use in about 2 weeks to go to Hassett Hardware and buy everything the teachers need, and then they will come through and put it in their paper bags from Hassett. And, well, I guess they're not paper anymore. They're recyclable bags. And they will take it to their classrooms. So they're going to be coming around, and Pat, please pass it when your table is done. Please pass it to the next table. Okay, for a little bit of fun. If you would all please pick up your coffee cup saucers. Someone is going to win a 1-hour foot massage to Cloud 9. If you haven't gone to Cloud 9, you're crazy because it's awesome. Who's got it? Okay, come forward. Here you go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is once again my pleasure to introduce Assemblyman Richard Gordon, who is going to help us. Oh, no, come forward. She turned around and went. Just in the interest of time, I can do 2 things at once. So I'd like to introduce Richard Gordon, who is going to start handing out our presentations for our committee chairs. Okay, guys. so sorry about that. If you'll call us and let us know. When we gave it to the server earlier, she put all the dots that were on the sheet on saucers. So we'll give you something, banner ad or something on the website. But the actual gift goes to the one that stood up first. Let's go for server.
So I think, thank you. So Charisse, I think the message from that is that if there were too many winners, it means everybody's a winner in some way. And, I'm sorry. Let me, we're going to move into some presentation of awards and acknowledgement of individuals who have made a difference to the chamber and to the community. And I just have this observation to make. And that is that there are a lot of cities and a lot of towns, but there aren't that many places that are communities. This is a community. And community is defined not only by place, but by people who make a commitment to that place and to each other. And tonight, we celebrate our community here. And we do that by honoring and recognizing people who have made a difference. Our first set of awards are internal to the chamber. And we want to thank those who have served this year as committee chairs for the chamber. And as I call your names, would you please come forward? Charisse will have certificates for you. Actually, tonight, all of our awardees have certificates from a host of elected officials, as well as from the chamber. So, the committee chairs. For Government Affairs, Chris Michelson and Judy Taylor. Please come forward. For Farm Day Luncheon, Bev Miller. For Pumpkin Festival, Cameron Palmer. From the Ambassador Committee, Ginger Minoletti. The Education Committee, Howard Montgomery. The Ecotourism Committee, Chris Manchester. For Rock the Block, Amy Broom. For the Coastside Emergency Action Program, Dave Richards. And for Night of Lights, Elizabeth Hernandez. Get a photo of these folks? Whoop. Who's doing that?
Barbara, right there. Hold. Get a picture? I need that for 1 second. Sorry. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, wait, Amy Brown, would you come back for a minute, please? It's really terrible when you have to come on your birthday to your annual dinner that you work for. So I think we all need to sing happy birthday to Amy Brown. Come on, guys. I can't sing.
Thank you. Happy birthday. High five. Happy birthday to you. Thanks, Siri. Happy birthday. Thank you. Thank you.
We're going to ask everybody to stay after for choir practice. We need to do that a little bit better next year. We also want to recognize those who make major financial contributions in support of the Chamber, and they are the members of the Chairman's Circle group. And at the platinum level, if there's a representative of these groups and organizations and businesses to come forward. At the platinum level, the City of Half Moon Bay. The gold level, Allied Waste Services, Hassett Ace Hardware, and New Leaf Community Markets. At the silver level, Alifano Technologies, the County of San Mateo, Half Moon Bay Beautification Committee, Miramar Beach Restaurant and Bar, Pasta Moon, Sam's Chowder House, the Graphic Works, and the Ritz-Carlton Half Moon Bay. At the bronze level, Betty's House Cleaning, David Ma's Dentist, Gold Works, the IDES Hall, Recology of the Coast, and the San Mateo County Harbor District. Naomi, you got to stay put for the photo. Here, whoa, whoa, one time out, one more. We got a couple more. Some more. Sabrina. Again, please join me in thanking all of those who are a part of the Chairman's Circle. Now, the next award is a secret. The award winner is not yet aware that they're going to get a recognized as a Volunteer of the Year. To present the Bert Carley Volunteer of the Year Award, let me call on Cherise to make that presentation.
This award is awarded by Chamber staff. The board does not even know who it is going to go to. It's going to be hard to keep this the suspense going very long on this one. But this year, the recipient is especially deserving, not only because of the time that she volunteers for the Chamber, which this year has been almost every occasion that we've had anything that we needed a volunteer for, but she also volunteers for other nonprofits as well. Just about every time one of us needs her, she steps up and says, "I can do it." And it happens time and time again. She's a past president of Rotary. She serves on the Chamber Board. She is an active volunteer with the United Methodist Church and with business organizations such as the Travel Consortium of Western Association of Travel Agents. She served on the board and on committees, becoming president of that association in 2012, president of Rotary in 2005. She's also served on the board and on committees for NorCal ASTA. She was responsible for me becoming a Rotarian about 5 or 6 years ago. She grew up in Grand Rapids and graduated from Michigan State, magna cum laude, with a degree in sociology. She worked for Avis Car Rental and learned to speak French, then went to Florence for a year and learned Italian. After moving to San Francisco, she met her husband Paul when they were married in 1980. Paul finished law school and their son Christopher was born in 1984, and Ginger Maniletti worked as a travel agent part-time for her mother-in-law for 10 years. I think we got her before buying the business out. We are so grateful that she moved west because she is a volunteer on the Coastside extraordinaire. Each recipient tonight has numerous certificates from the State Senate, the State Assembly, the County of San Mateo, the City of Half Moon Bay. Oh, am I forgetting? Yeah, that's it. Oh, and Jackie Spear, of course.
Yeah, we got Congress, we got everything here.
And Congress, that's right. Okay.
And I have a new office with a lot of wall space.
That's right, new office. Yep, right around the corner from our old one. Thank you, Ginger.
Ginger, congratulations and thank you. I now have the honor of presenting another surprise award. One of these that is not announced in advance. So the honoree is, hopefully will be shocked momentarily. This is the Bev Miller Civic Achievement Award, and it goes to Alan Alifano.
You have to stand here while I embarrass you for a minute.
So, Alan's family has lived in Half Moon Bay for 44 years. Their two sons, Mike and Mark, attended Half Moon Bay Public Schools from kindergarten through high school. There are currently 3 generations of Alifanos living and working in Half Moon Bay, and it's been the case for 43 years. Alan helped start Alifano Technologies 15 years ago with his oldest son, Mike, and his wife, Courtney. They currently employ 10 full-time local employees who receive good pay and medical benefits. Alan served for 3 years in the Army during the Vietnam War, achieving the rank of captain. He also has a political science degree from St. Cloud University. He worked for UPS for 30 years as an industrial engineer, specializing in information technology. And he thought he retired in 2001. But good people on the coast never really retire. They get recycled. Alan served on the Half Moon Bay Planning Commission for 8 years, was chair of the Downtown Business Association and Downtown Merchants Association. He was on the Chamber of Commerce Government Affairs Committee. And he served City Council and as mayor in 2011-2012. He's also served representing Half Moon Bay on Sewer Authority Midcoast and the Local Agency Formation Commission. For all of the incredible things you've done for this community, your civic engagement and involvement, Alan, we congratulate you and are pleased to present to you the Bev Miller Civic Achievement Award. Thank you. You know, the other thing that's good about doing the awards during dinner is that whenever we announce an awardee, you get to stand up and applaud. So you actually get exercise while you're eating, which is a good thing. We now want to present the Green Business Award, and presenting that again will be Cherise McHugh.
This is the last time we're going to yo-yo back and forth, guys. It just worked out that way. It is my extreme honor to talk about Yerba Buena Nursery, which was the oldest native plant nursery in the state of California, established in 1960 by Gerda Eisenberg up on the mountain. Kathy Crane purchased the nursery from Gerda and was an integral part of the Chamber's Tour de Fleur, and still is, and of our ecotourism program. Kathy has been an avid member and contributor to both of those things for us. The nursery moved to Halfin Bay in 2012, and just a food for thought, especially with the drought that we're in now, as the lawn alternative native plants are finding favor for their low water use, not needing chemicals or fertilizers, and their exciting characteristics of making a garden come alive with the beneficial insects, butterflies, hummingbirds, and songbirds that they attract and feed. I remember when I first learned that Kathy used ladybugs instead of insecticides in her nursery and was absolutely fascinated to see all of them around the plants. I was amazed. And then when not at the nursery, you will also find Kathy a sincere and extreme competitor in ballroom dancing, most recently in Venice, Italy. She took this up, I think, about 5 or 6 years ago. I'm not sure if that's completely accurate, but she is at the top of her game, dancing all over the world. A very deserving recipient of a Green Business Award. Kathy Crane of Yerba Buena Nursery. Okay, my pleasure. Give this back to Rich.
So I get a moment of personal privilege, and that is I want to acknowledge Kathy's mother, my dear friend, Elizabeth Galetta. Elizabeth served as county director of our service league for decades, and Elizabeth, pleased to see you tonight. We're going to now present the Innovative Business Award, and presenting this award tonight is Marina Frazier.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. And just before I begin this award, Cherise had pointed out something earlier, and I wanted to tell you about a program that the Chamber has done for several years. I've been involved in it for 6 and 7 years, and since we have so many Rotarians in the room, this is a great time to mention it and thank them. The program that Rotary and Chamber sponsors for the seniors, it's not only very rewarding for me, but you have no idea of the impact that this is for those seniors, giving them those skills on how to work in the corporate world or in a job. It's the basic things that we know and take for granted. And many of these children, their parents do not work in the corporate world. They're hardworking labor people. And the volunteerism from the Chamber and the Rotary of people every year that at the high school, Pillar Cedar School, and now down in Pescadero. I think you need to applaud this group because this is an impactful thing. Kids are learning so they will succeed in the workplace. And I really want to thank Rotary and Chamber for starting this program. And now on to the fun stuff. This award of innovation is for 2 outstanding people. Mark and Jane Batty. They have been on the Coastside as residents since 1989, and over the past 25 years, they've raised 3 children, Allison, CJ, and Scott. They've built 2 businesses on the coast. Now, their most recent venue, Miramar Farms, is a leadership development center focused on building sustainable, high-performing teams and strengthening organizational resilience. Now, Mark and Jane bring over 30 years' experience leading business, government, and nonprofit organizations to work at Miramar Farms. They also continue to be actively engaged in local and regional community organizations, including Mid-Penn Housing, Silicon Valley Community Foundation, and the Foundation for Youth and Investment. One of the other programs they've been so instrumental in, and it's really a cornerstone of something that's here on the coast, is the new Senior Housing Adult Day Center complex. About 8-9 years ago, I remember sitting in the Adult Day Center with Janie, and Mark was leading a group of people on how can we raise money to combine senior Coastsiders and Adult Day Center to bring a premier building for them. And that was done. And in this last year, you've seen the benefit of that. And that's a tremendous thing you have helped bring to the Coastside, so congratulations for that. Also, and this is on a personal note, our city clerk had worked for the Baddies many, many years ago. And as you know, our city clerk has gone through several city managers. Now, our current one, this has nothing to do with you, you're new. Our city clerk says the best bosses she ever had was Mark and Jane Batty. Please come up here and accept this award. Congratulations.
Our next award is one that I have the real honor and privilege to present. It's the Longevity Award. Tonight it goes to someone that I think so highly of and am so fond of. He is unfortunately not able to be with us. His wife will accept the award in a moment on his behalf. But the award goes to John Barber of the Moss Beach Distillery. John was born in Portland, Oregon, and after graduating from college in 1958, he was able to enjoy a successful career of creating, operating, and selling business in the communications industry, National Communications Planning Service, Transcontinental Communications, and his last business, which he sold in 1984, Executone South Bay. Now, once John finished that work, his life's work in the communications industry, he settled into retirement. His daughter, Lisa, reignited his entrepreneurial spirit by informing him that she was working at a restaurant here on the coast, and the restaurant was on the market for sale. John admits that he had not been at that point to the Coastside very much, but he was reminded of its incredible beauty when he first drove over the hill. And as he walked into the Moss Beach Distillery, he knew that this was going to be the place that would pull him out of retirement. He fell in love with the location, the restaurant's rich history of bootlegging, the haunting by the infamous Blue Lady Ghost, and its hidden treasure reputation. John purchased the distillery in 1990. Now, During the time that John has owned the distillery, it has not been without challenges. First, and most simply, probably no harder business in the world to operate than a restaurant. But John also had to deal with a restaurant during the period of Coastside closures, economic downturns, and then there were the extensive remodels that were required to make sure that the building and facility was stable. Foundation had to be redone. These are probably just typical obstacles that any restaurateur might face, but these challenges were always overshadowed by the wonderful things that the restaurant provided. With the help of an incredibly magnificent staff, many of whom have been with the distillery for over 20 years. John has been able to successfully maintain a steady growth of the business. He's now enjoying semi-retirement again. And he says, I owe many thanks to our beloved Coastsiders for helping us achieve this success, and to Cerise and the Chamber for their endless efforts in maintaining the Coastside's reputation as being one of the most beautiful destinations in California. So John thanks the beloved Coastsiders. We thank the beloved John Barber. He was right in simple.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Beverly Adeline, and I've been with John Kayoko and the distillery for 20 years. John regrets not being able to attend this evening, but he and Kayoko sincerely appreciate this recognition and is very grateful to Therese and Rich and the people of the Coastside. Over the past few years, John has been faced with numerous medical problems, including a stroke, multiple bouts with pneumonia, and various surgeries. Today, he's at home recovering from eye surgery. Through these incredibly tough times, his enthusiasm for running a successful business and his love of the Coastside has never faltered. This is John's message. I owe many thanks to Cerise and the Chamber for their endless efforts in maintaining the Coastside's reputation as being one of the most beautiful destinations in California. This was critically important after the economy collapsed and many businesses feared the worst. Cerise, you helped keep the Coastside alive, and for this we are eternally grateful. Additionally, thank you to you and Rich for tackling and resolving one of the Coastside's biggest problems, the closures of Double Slide. Through your hard work and determination, we now have our tunnel. Through your gone are the days of long road closures, 50% decreases in business layoffs, etc. The distillery continues to pay off the huge SBA loan that was needed to survive, but it's worth it if it means continuing to be a part of this business community, keeping my wonderful staff employed, and of course, drawing more and more happy customers to the Coastside. Thank you.
I first met John in 1997 when I was running for the Board of Supervisors, and the citizens had just recently passed Measure T calling for the development of the Devil's Slide Tunnel. And John looked at me and said, "You'll never get it done." I promised him I'd get it done in 2 years. Just another politician who couldn't keep a promise. It took a lot longer than 2 years, but John, we did get it done. Our next award is the New Business Award, and to present that, Kelly Davis.
Hello. For those of you that don't know me, I own the Graphic Works in Montera, and in my line of work, I am lucky enough to meet with new, exciting business owners on a daily basis. During that initial meeting, I can almost always tell which ones will be successful and really get it, and which ones that don't. But Sherry Hill was one of those women that got it. She opened Gifts A Go-Go in 2012 after leaving her corporate career. She opened a small retail store in La Piazza and featured a handful of artists. 10 months later, she moved to the middle of Main Street and now features over 400 artists. One of the things I love about Sherry is she's always thinking of new out-of-the-box ideas, not only to enhance the customer experience, but to unify the Main Street merchants. Some of those ideas are the Candy Cane Lane during Nights of Lights. We're so lucky to have someone like Sherry and her energy to be part of this wonderful business community. Part of Sherry's success is her amazing staff, her love and support from her family, her husband Scott, her son Frank, and her mom, who I understand flew out from Michigan to be here with us tonight. It is with my great pleasure I present Sherry with the 2015 Business of the Year Award.
I just want to say it's been such an honor to be part of this community here in Half Moon Bay. On behalf of the artists, I cannot tell you how excited they are every time I call up to place a new order. So it's really a win-win for everybody here. It's my amazing staff, thank you. And I'm going to keep this short and sweet because I got a C- in public speaking at San Jose State. So, all right, thank you so much.
All I can say is that professor did not grade very well. Every year, we ask the mayor from the previous year, the mayor from 2014, to present at this awards banquet the Mayor's Award. It is essentially kind of Citizen of the Year, and the 2014 Mayor, City of Half Moon Bay, John Muller.
Thank you, Rich, and what a great community we have here. Our elected officials come out, all of them, and it's just absolutely wonderful. Congratulations to all the winners and the future winner here coming up in the next couple of moments here, and it's a very special opportunity for me to have the chance to give this award. It's a very difficult decision. You know, as a number of former mayors in this room, it's quite difficult, it's challenging, and you well know that, to be a mayor. And I'm a little disappointed because I thought I might be able to give the award to myself, but I guess I won't be able to, so we gotta just keep trying. And then, you know, Ed and all my friends out there, Steve, I would probably have to have a sequel review for me to get an award anyway, so that's a whole other subject we can talk about. But I want to stress it's merely not coincidental that I've chosen an unsung hero of agriculture. It's not what this person has done for farming, but what has been done for the community. This person has been instrumental in farmers and consumers in San Mateo County with great emphasis on the whole coast side. We saw that tonight with the traffic coming out here. Don't blame Half Moon Bay for everything. This person has been involved in keeping farmers markets honest and has helped the HEAL project. And no, we missed him earlier this evening. Our Ag Commissioner tonight, Fred Crowder, is here. Thank you, Fred, for being here. It really is a great pleasure to present this Mayor's Award to Aaron Tormey. I'll have some more words to say. You know, as she's working her way up here, let me say a few more words. Erin is an absolute founder and manager of Coastside Farmers Market in Half Moon Bay for the past 13 years, Pacifica in Rockaway Beach for 8 years. Coastside Farmers Market in Half Moon Bay has won many awards, and I think the best of all was the second consecutive year in the Bay Area. We have been named the best regional farmers market in the Bay Area. Just a little bit about the things Erin has accomplished with us here on the Coastside. In conjunction with our great U.S. Representative Jackie Spear, Erin has developed and delivered produce to the people for the past 4 years. Every year there's 700 bags that have to be put together for our seniors. And working with the management of Kaiser Permanente, Erin has provided all the produce with a number of growers here on the coast, along with Representative Spear, and it's just been a wonderful day for our seniors to see the great products we've had. And her friends and volunteers and farmer friends that are stepping up to do 700 bags, let me tell you, it's a challenge. I think the other important thing quickly, as I can be, she's been instrumental in bringing the federally funded WIC program, and WIC stands for, I bet you there's not too many in this room that know this, but it's Women, Infants, and Children to the Coastside for farmers markets and beyond. It's a much needed program for so many deserving people, and it's a wonderful nutrition program that we all are working on. In another vein here, Erin has worked with farmers markets. She's helped us put together the original Market Match nationwide effort to support an incentive for low-income families, again, to purchase our fresh fruit and vegetables. It's a win for consumers and for the farmer. Maybe I missed a page here along the way, but anyway, when you're the manager of a market, it's pretty amazing the challenge it is dealing with 15, 30, 40 growers, because we all know everything, but Erin keeps a tight rein on all of us there. She runs an amazing operation up on, we call it Irish Ridge. I don't know what the new people call it, but we call it Irish Ridge. I don't think that's slanderous at all. But she raises some fancy chickens up there, and she raises some old world apple trees that do a great job. You know, there's not a heck of a lot you could say to someone who's worked with so many volunteer groups, nonprofits, and just given her heart and soul. And one of the strong points, and sometimes it pushes us politicians a little bit rough, but she doesn't allow our market to get into the political arena. Jerry's been there, Rich has been there, Don's been there, we've all been there. But you know what? It's for educational purposes only. It's not for our own self-interest, and I think that's a real tribute to your leadership, Erin. So without a doubt, this is one of the greatest opportunities I've had to give an award, and it's Erin Tormey, and you're well deserved.
Thank you, John. A well-deserved Mayor's Award. And John, my husband is Irish, and anytime you mention the Irish is fine with him. It doesn't matter what the excuse. The Citizen of the Year is our next award. And to present that, let me call forward Jack McHugh. I knew you'd agree. That's why I never let you near my husband.
Thank you. First of all, my name is Jack McHugh. If you don't know me, I'm the other half. The more important half. Politician always tries to get something in. Okay, listen, this is a great honor for me. Citizen of the Year is a very important award to be given to a person who has persevered over the years. Let me tell you a couple of things about. She was in the Hatch PAT board. She was a volunteer at the Catholic Church for over 10 years. She was in the 4-H, which I know I donated to a lot of those pigs that you did a lot of times when they came around every year. The grad night treasurer, dream machine coordinator, and a lot of on the ed fund committees. But what really happened was I did 11, 12 years in the Boys and Girls Club. And at that time, my book and my time and other boards that I was on was really pressing. So I looked for somebody. I looked for two people that were young, energetic, and can carry the torch. Boys and Girls Club has been very special to me, as most of you know. And it's been one of the foundations of this community. It's been a struggle. So I went to Sandy, and I asked her if she would volunteer to come on the board. And it took a couple times going back and forth with her to try to convince her. She came on the board, she persevered, became treasurer, and then president for the last 2 years. And if anybody knows where the board has gone in the last 2 years, it's incredible. We have a team center, we're gonna have a brand new gym soon, and we've got a new facility at Parks and Recs. If it wasn't for Sandy and the entire board, it is incredible the amount that they've done over the time. I am so proud that I can pass the torch to somebody who has really lit that torch very bright. Citizen of the Year, my girl, Sandy Andrini. Jeez.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
I don't know about that picture though, Sandy. I don't know. We've now reached the point in the evening where we want to present the Business Hall of Fame Award. Obviously, this award goes to a business that's been around long enough to get into the Hall of Fame. But also a business that has done an awful lot for our community. And so the immediate past president of the Chamber Board, Teresa Adam, will present this award.
Good evening. Charles Nelson and his family have called Half Moon Bay home since 1990, when Charles came here to work in Silicon Valley. In 2000, he stopped commuting over the hill and with his then wife Nydia opened Nuestra Terra, the Mexican folk art gallery that soon became a unique shopping destination. gaining national attention in the media, including in the New York Times. In 2004, Charles began a wholesale company called Shamba Imports and began selling his unique clay cookware from Colombia to stores and cooking enthusiasts around the country. In 2006, Charles opened Toque Blanc, the kitchenware store that has found a loyal customer base both here on the coast and in the region, and was named by Reader's Poll as the best in the Bay Area a couple of years ago. Charles notes that there are many factors contributing to the store's success, but among the most important is the able management of Stuart Crystal demand and the contributions from the other Toque employees. Toque Blanc is active in the community and supports the fundraising activities of our schools and many nonprofits on the coast. My best pans and knives come from Toque Blanc. Recently, I needed orange water for a recipe, and Toque Blanc not only had orange water from France, but also one from a local in Marin County. It is a great place to go shopping, and it does inspire you to play with your food. In 2013, Charles bought ChefWorks, a larger kitchenware store on Pacific Avenue in downtown Santa Cruz. He now divides his time between Half Moon Bay and Santa Cruz. Over the years, Charles has been involved in civic affairs, serving on the board of the Chamber and GAC. Charles is a very successful merchant on Main Street, and Charisse often has gone to him to get his perspective on different matters. Charles presided over the Downtown Merchant Association, spearheaded the Rotary Club's international program, and chairing the city's Park and Recreation Committee. His volunteer work included serving as a member of the Sister City Committee and as a teacher for Project Read, where he helped pre-literate Latino adults learn how to speak Spanish. Charles was an interpreter at the Rotocare Clinic and served as a board member of Grace in Africa for many years. Through his visits to Africa, he met his lovely wife, Maya. It is with great pleasure that I present the Business Hall of Fame Award to Charles Nelson of Toque Blanc.
I'm so honored with this award, but I feel a little embarrassed being up here by myself. I accept this not only on behalf of my manager and employees, not only on behalf of my employees and manager, but because of them. Stuart Crystal DeMont has shared my vision for the store and been there from the beginning and has been the store manager. Also importantly, in our absence tonight, Pauline Peakey worked with us for many years and had to resign recently because of her health. And boy, would she like to be here tonight. So our heart goes out to her and her family going through a difficult time. She certainly has been important in enabling us to stand up in front of you tonight. I'm deeply honored. Thank you very much.
We're now at the point of the evening where we want to acknowledge the leadership of the Chamber. And we want to first of all introduce the 2015 officers and board of directors, and then give recognition to the outgoing chair and give the incoming chair an opportunity to be introduced. So let me call forward for the important photo opportunity the officers and board of directors for 2015, the chairman of the board, Peggy Milne, Peggy's with Home Helpers and Home Care, the vice chair, Dana Dahl from Beach House Hotel, the CFO from Brian Shepard, Shepard Family Dentistry, Ex officio and immediate past chairman, Teresa Adam, United American Bank. And joining these officers are the following directors: Kelly Davis from Graphic Works, Heidi Kuiper from State Farm Insurance, Rob Genovese from Coastside Net, Carrie LaBelle from Puente de la Costa Sur, Chris Michelson, Gadfly, Diane Passon, Half Moon Bay Media, Ginger Minnelletti from Bay World Travel, Kevin O'Brien, Walter O'Brien Insurance, and Janine Kingston from Allied Waste. Ladies and gentlemen, the Board of Directors for 2015 for the Half Moon Bay Coastside Visitor Bureau Chamber of Commerce. Thank you all. Now, Teresa, you stay here. Everybody else can sit down. Teresa Adam has served as chairman of the board of the Chamber of Commerce, and we want to present you with the official ex-chairman's gavel. It's you know you're the ex-chairman because it's actually only half a gavel. So if you were the chairman, we'd have to give you a full gavel, but we give you the half a gavel and all these other political certificates.
Thank you.
But we also give you our love and say thank you for your service to this chamber.
Thank you. The last 2 years have flown by for me as your chair. I've gotten to know many of you on a more personal basis, and I treasure those interactions and friendships. It is nice to see that we have turned the corner in regards to the economy. It is wonderful seeing all the help wanted signs in the shop windows and restaurants. 2 years ago, a local bed and breakfast owner was concerned because her occupancy level had dropped. She gave me a tour of her bed and breakfast, and I was saddened by her dilemma. I'm happy to report that our occupancy rate has risen to 77.5 in the last 6 months. The shops that have opened in the past 2 years are doing well and have helped to attract new businesses for all of us. It is nice to see more visitors and shoppers on Main Street, the harbor area, and in Pescadero. Often on the weekends, I go on Main Street and there's no places to park, so I go on the side streets, and that always makes me really happy because I know that our businesses are flourishing. I want to thank every board member for all of your support over the past 2 years. You have made being the chair easy and fun. I would like for the chamber staff to come up, please, as I have a little something for all of you on behalf of all the staff of the chairs. We should be proud of our Coastside Chamber of Commerce staff, headed by CEO Charisse McHugh. She works endless hours to make sure that Half Moon Bay is known as a destination to enjoy ecotourism, shopping, dining, and relaxation. Thank you, Charisse. Melissa Robinson is our executive assistant. She does an excellent job taking care of communications and accounting for our chamber. The CPA that audits our books said that Melissa keeps our books in impeccable records. Thank you. Cindy Lopez is the office manager. She maintains day-to-day operations of the chamber and maintains our member information. I will miss her weekly visits to my office to sign checks and certificates. Amy Raffello Broom is our sales representative. She oversees all web and publication advertising. She has helped with special projects and has great ideas and is always very enthusiastic. Roy Chute is our corporate group salesperson who is bringing midweek business to the Coastside. And Charisse already told you that his efforts have resulted in 1.2 million in leads and 321,000 bookings during the midweek. Thank you very much. Carla Martinez Weinberger is our membership and salesperson. She's done a great job increasing membership for our Chamber of Commerce. And then there's Martha Drendel, Susan Shapira, and Georgia Yerby. They're our weekend staff. And they're just wonderful. When you go in there, they help all the different visitors that come on the weekend and make sure that they're directed to their destination. I thank all of you for the wonderful experience of being your chair, and will continue to promote Half Moon Bay. Thank you very much.
2 years. Awesome.
Teresa, thank you for a great 2 years. Roy, there's a couple of us want to know how staff meetings go. Okay, we're a little curious. Jerry Hill's jealous. Let me now invite the newly installed chairman of the Chamber Board to make a couple of comments. Peggy Milne. Peggy?
Thank you very much, everybody, and I promise that as the last person on the agenda tonight, I will be very quick. As Charisse likes to say, I'm the last person between you and the bar. And since nobody's ever complained about a speech being too short, I will definitely make this quick. This has been a wonderful night, and we've honored businesses. Congratulations to all of you and people that have been around businesses, at least, that have been open for decades, as well as businesses that have had ribbon cuttings in the past year. The Chamber offers all businesses, old and new, and everyone in between, the opportunity to grow our presence here on the coast. Tonight's celebration of 2014 and kickoff to 2015 shows what a vibrant community we are, and I hope tonight encourages you to be more involved with the Chamber in the year to come. When we opened our Home Helpers business 3 years ago, we knew that one of the essential ways to build a local business was to get out to meet everybody we possibly could and seek opportunities to become more involved in the community. We joined the Chamber very early on, and one of the first interactions with the Chamber was to sit with Charisse and have an hour with her on marketing and business strategy. We are extremely grateful to Charisse for her insights and advice then, and as well as her continuing support. One key piece of advice that she gave to us that day was to take advantage of all that the Chamber offers. Try everything out, she said. Don't decide ahead of time that something doesn't fit your business model. Experience something different and see what it brings to you. Little did we know at that time how much the Chamber has to offer and how right she would be. Since then, we've participated in many Network at Night events, including our own Network at Night at the newly opened Coastside Adult Community Center building. We've poured wine at the Night of Lights and Pumpkin Festival, helped set tables at the farm-to-table dinner. We've gone to lots of ribbon cuttings to celebrate new businesses and nonprofits on the coast. At every event, we've met new people, learned more about local businesses, and gotten a better sense of how we all fit together. In fact, at Rock the Block in our first year, I met 2 people who fundamentally changed our business and put us on the path to success. Who would have thought that would have happened at Rock the Block? We certainly didn't. This is the core of the Chamber's value for each and every one of our businesses here. Try something new. See what comes of it. You just never know whom you might meet and where it might lead you. In this upcoming year, the Chamber will continue to provide countless opportunities for networking, for volunteering, as well as for business development and community growth. The Chamber actively advocates for our businesses, for our visitors, and for our residents. So, whether you are a long-standing Chamber member, a brand new business, or just looking for a way to propel your growth, I invite you to take a look at the events and programs that the Chamber offers this year. Take a fresh look. Even if you think you've seen it all before, give it a chance. Join an event that you've never tried. You just never know what can happen. The Chamber is here to help you and to work with you toward optimum success in 2015 and the years to come. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Peggy. Now, we have honored an awful lot of folks tonight, but at this moment, what I'd like to do is, if you are a spouse of an honoree, a domestic partner of an honoree, a boyfriend or girlfriend of an honoree, or you live in the same house with an honoree, would you please stand? Thank you. Thank you. We know that our honorees benefit from all of those who help and support them, so thanks to all of you. I want to take just a second and invite forward for a word of greeting before we... I'm going to ask him to say a word of greeting, and then we're going to say farewell. But I have had the honor and privilege of serving in elected office with my very dear friend since 1998, and we've served on the Board of Supervisors. We now serve in the state legislature, and an outstanding citizen, Jerry Hill. Jerry.
Thank you, Rich, very much. And please join me in thanking Rich for a wonderful, wonderful job as the master of ceremony tonight. Rich, thank you. It's so interesting how our paths have crossed, but I have to share with you the excitement for me tonight. To be here and to be part of this celebration. And the wealth of giving, the wealth of community. As Rich mentioned earlier, it's so true. We have cities, we have towns, but this truly is a community. And the wealth, and congratulations to all of the honorees tonight who have brought that wealth, that joy, and really what we have on the coast. It's such a special place, and coming here tonight for me has been an extraordinary experience, as it always is, Charisse, every time I come, because I'm able to feel that love, that friendship, that spirit in that community, which is Half Moon Bay. Thank you for letting me be here. Congratulations to everyone. You have the best place on earth, by far.
Before I move to an adjournment, we do want to also say thank you to those who serve the Chamber by being ambassadors. These are individuals who donate their time to interact with other businesses, connect folks to the Chamber. And so if the ambassadors for 2014 would please stand to be recognized. Chamber ambassadors, please stand. Thank you. So the final thing, before we say good night, is that there was a silent auction out front. You want me to try to do this, Charisse? I'll try. And if I read your name and you were the winner of the silent auction item, you'll need to check out in the bar area. Let me turn this over to Sharice. She'll do a better job than I did.
No, he's right. You check out in the bar area. All I was going to add is that my staff has had a very, very long day. And we know you might want to still linger and talk to your friends. But if you're one of the ones that got an auction item, go back and pay first, because I want them to join me in the bar. I think that's only fair. And I just want you to know that it's 8 o'clock on the dot. This is a record, okay? So. John S., most likely John Sanchez. And Catherine Slater-Carter. You have one, yeah, right when we're done, you can go back and, Amanda Hill. Amanda Hill. Amanda Hill. Thank you, Amanda. Jan Gray. And probably, well, John S., is that, I'm assuming John Sanchez again. See, he does an amazing auction for Special Olympics every year. He knows how important it is that you bid on stuff. So, Heidi Kuiper, Catherine Slater-Carter, Cindy, Amanda Hill again. They're stuck together. And Amanda Hill. Who's it? This Sherry Hill's, thank you, Amanda. Wow. Okay, you can step in the back and they'll check you out with that. And, yes, I'm going to need these. Yeah, I'm going to need those. And we thank you all once again for coming and joining with us, for all these amazing people that Jerry and Rich have both said. We live in an amazing place. Thank you for coming to our annual dinner.
Please join me again in thanking Sharice and the staff of the Chamber. Thanks to all of you, and good night.